Thanks for inviting us in on your Friday night. It is 11 o'clock. She was known as everyone's mom, everyone's friend. Tonight, a memorial is growing on the east side of our city to remember the woman shot and killed last night. Alex Almanza attended this vigil where people are feeling a range of emotions.
Nearly 24 hours after her death, family members, friends, and community members are gathering here to remember Patricia Weber, who was killed on Indy's east side. Filling balloons to honor a life gone too soon wasn't on anyone's mind just one day earlier.
I believe my grief is going to come in waves, and I definitely still don't feel like it's real.
Kayla Reeves is Weber's daughter. She says what is real is the situation her 65-year-old mother was in.
It was something that I felt like was going to happen. The man had a warrant from 3 weeks ago from domestic battery against her.
Thursday night, IMPD arrived to North Rural Street and found Weber with gunshot wounds. She died at the hospital. Weber's other daughter, Karen Kaiser, says it was a targeted attack by her biological dad.
She's my rock. Without her, it's going to be hard for me.
As the family tries to process this grief, they're left with a wide range of emotions: sadness, confusion. For Weber's ex-husband, anger.
He deserves more than life in prison. He deserves not to breathe the air that we breathe. He deserves not to get 3 free meals a day.
Hugh Reeves says even though he and Weber were divorced, the two stayed close friends. He wants Weber's legacy and memories to live on.
She was a sweet person. She took care of her kids and her grandkids.
Dear God, our Father, first of all, thank you for friends and family.
As prayers fill the space where Weber took her last breath, Kayla Reeves hopes others in the same situation can also get help.
Domestic violence awareness has always been one of my passions, and I'm going to continue with that.
Love you, Mom.
Family members tell me that once formal charges are filed against Patricia's killer, they plan to be in that courtroom. In Indianapolis, Alex Almanza, 13 News.
Tonight, we're talking about heartbreak that starts in the home. Just this week, at least 3 people here in central Indiana have died in a case of domestic violence. Daniette Smith with the Indy Public Safety Foundation helps survivors. She's told us that there are resources available for people who need to get out of these dangerous situations.
What can be done is we continue as not only the Indy Champions, but also the agencies, across the city of Indianapolis, continue to provide those resources to those who are fleeing domestic violence, but then also trying to push that education and prevention out. We know as survivors of domestic violence that it's hard to just wake up one day and say, I'm leaving, but we do know that it's possible.
So if you or someone that you know needs assistance, we've got the links for you right now. Just go to WTHR.com. Tonight at 11, a driver says she is lucky to be alive after a crash on I-69. But now the search is on for the driver who hit her and then took off. Our Logan Gay joins me in studio tonight to share their conversation. Logan?
Yes, Scott, it was a very scary situation for Whitney Bruner. Thankfully, she's not seriously hurt, but her car is totaled, and she said the crash could have easily been deadly. Now she's asking for the community's help finding the driver. This dash cam video shows the moment Whitney Bruner's car was struck Wednesday around 7 a.m. on I-69 near mile marker 220. You can hear the impact, followed immediately by Bruner's panic call to her father, begging for help.
Dad! 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 It was really scary. I didn't really have much time to react before the impact. I remember just thinking to keep my car straight as he hit me. I knew he was coming, and I kind of just held on and waited for it to be over.
Bruner says it was a rainy morning as she was driving to her job in Carmel. Traffic had slowed after another vehicle spun out as she looked in her rearview mirror to see a large vehicle coming fast behind her. A second dash camera inside her car captured the moment the vehicle slammed into her rear end before the screen goes black.
My first reaction was, thank goodness that my 4-year-old son wasn't in the car. When I turned around and the back was smashed and the windshield was gone.
Then came the shock of what happened next.
After I slowed down and kind of realized that the driver of that vehicle that hit me was nowhere to be found, and he had fled the scene.
Bruner was left shaken, hurting with a totaled vehicle and no answers.
There's a person out there who was okay with leaving a 35-year-old single mother on the side of a highway in the pouring rain with a crumpled up car all by herself. And so, you know, I would like to find that person. I think that accountability is necessary.
Now she's navigating the aftermath with just 7 days with a rental car before she has to figure out her next steps for transportation.
Cars can be replaced, and I'm just taking the steps forward to now do what I have to do from here on out.
So Whitney took these screen grabs of the vehicle that hit her Wednesday morning, hoping someone recognizes the vehicle. I did reach out to the Indiana State Police to ask for any updates on the investigation, but haven't heard back yet. But when we do, we will let you know.
Well, our forecast is calling for cool temperatures during the overnight. I think we'll head down into the 50s with 60s and 70s currently. Indy is the warm spot at 71. Excuse me. This is the only time I have ever in my entire career had hiccups while I am on the air. I was hoping I could get through first weather, but I didn't. 57 is our expected low temperature for tonight. We'll see if it happens again. 50s going up into the 70s to near 80 for tomorrow. I'll see if I have them in big weather here in just a bit.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. Tonight, we are taking a closer look at a plan that could make it more expensive to own a car here in Marion County. Democratic leaders on the City-County Council are considering an increase on the taxes that you pay to register your car with the state of Indiana. They say that additional funding is needed to repair our city streets. So what would this really cost us? Most car owners would pay a $100 county vehicle excise surtax. So we checked on one of our own WTHR vehicles, a 2024 Subaru Crosstrek. Our company paid $35.80 this year. Council Assistant Majority Leader Andy Nielsen says they need these additional local funds to meet the threshold required to get matching money from the state of Indiana.
Marion County residents are paying for this one way or another. Every time you blow a tire, every time you bend a rim, when you're driving your car over these rough roads, that has a cost on your suspension and other component parts of your car. You are paying for this one way or another. What we are doing is we're saying, let's instead fix the roads.
We reached out to the mayor's office looking for his take. He told us he believes the city can raise the necessary funds without raising taxes. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. A man accused of leading police on a chase before crashing and killing a passenger is now formally charged. 21-year-old Corian Foster is facing 3 felony counts, including reckless homicide. Court documents say police tried pulling Foster over for suspected drunk driving earlier this month, but investigators say he drove off, sparking a chase and ultimately crashing. His passenger died. Foster is set to make his first court appearance next week. Tonight, a teacher at a school in Fishers is charged after police say he tried to strangle a student. They say Nathan Sandlin admitted to grabbing a 12-year-old boy by the arms and then wrapping him up from behind. Police say the boy told officers he was having a water gun fight with other students when Sandlin told him to stop. Sandlin tonight is facing 2 charges, including strangulation. Right now, officials are recounting ballots in the Republican primary for State Senate District 23. Just 2 votes separate incumbent Republican Spencer Deary and Trump-backed challenger Paula Copenhaver. Monday, the recount heads to Tippecanoe County, the county with the largest population in the district. That's expected to last through Tuesday. City leaders tonight are looking for a developer to lead the way shaping the future of the old City Hall properties. A previous deal fell through back in April. Proposals must be submitted by August 28th. And Spark on the Circle returns in 1 week. Construction on Monument Circle pushed the opening date to June 6th. There's outdoor seating, food, live music, and other events through late September. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories streaming anytime. Just scan this QR code on your screen.